Okay. Great, beautiful, blessed morning. It's afternoon. I've been on live on TikTok since this morning, so I apologize. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello, hello. You guys, if you see me, you should be seeing me on Facebook. You should be seeing me on Instagram. You should be seeing me on the YouTubes. And today, because I have a solo podcast, we are being seen on Tickety Talkety. Hi, Tickety Talkety. I've been on with Tickety Talkety for a little bit, and they are so sweet. They are so, ooh, the crowd that I have attracted this morning has blessed me from head to toe, okay? They got me all the way together. I was like, I don't know. This podcast sounds like it might be a boring episode. They were like, no, this is great. This is what it's about. Yes. So I love them. I'm excited about this episode now. So if you don't know me, by the way, if you've never seen me before, my name is Tenille, and I guide people through reclaiming their identity and designing a full life even after diagnosis. So today, we're going to be talking about my week. That week has been interesting. For those who follow me and know anything about what's been going on over here, it is Alex Stewart month. I know there's a million holidays. There's so many things happening. And it is Alex Stewart month for me and mine because my father was Alex Stewart, the Destroyer Stewart. He is Alex Stewart, the Destroyer Stewart. Hi! And welcome in, welcome in. And he thank you so much. He was and is a professional boxer, professional heavyweight boxer. He fought the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Michael Moore, and on and on and on. From India. Hi from India. Uh, Listen, my dad was an amazing man, and he passed away. November will make 10 years ago. So it was his birthday yesterday. He would have been 62 years old. And 62 years, stunning and amazing and wonderful. He was one of the best men I ever met in my life. And I was blessed to call him my father for 30 years. And I mean, you know, he's still my father, but I was blessed to have him on the earth side. Thank you so much. Yeah, happy birthday to my dad. So yesterday was that day, and if you know grief at all, you know that it is a mixed bag. Like some years I'm fine. Like some years I was like, oh, okay, I got this. This is cool. Like let's just celebrate. Yesterday, I couldn't even bring myself to make a real dedicated post. And everybody knows that I love to brag about my people. My old people are my people. My mother, my father, my grandmother, everybody. And I couldn't even bring myself to do it because I was just really sad and like stuck, but not, it wasn't like I was bawling all day. I just couldn't manage to do much. So my grandmother on Sundays, a lot of the time, I'm with her alone. She has dementia and she needs a lot of help. And we rotate who's helping her, but Sundays is usually my shift. And, for all day. And the only reason I feel like when you have depression or any of those things, it's good to have a pet. It's good to have children. It's good to have somebody or something outside of yourself that you are responsible for taking care of because that's what's going to get you up, right? So generally, she's later in her stages of dementia where she's sleeping a lot, and some days she wakes up early and some days she just wants to sleep all day. So yesterday was a day that she really slept a lot, and I was just laying down. I wasn't really doing much because she didn't need me, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna lay here. So saying all that to say, when she did wake up, what did I get to do? Did I get to choose to love to do? I got up and I showed up for my grandmother because she needed me. And she doesn't know or care what's going on with me. Like, she doesn't even know her own name, but she is aware that somebody loves her and is taking care of her, And sometimes that's what we're called to do. We are just called to show up no matter how it feels. And that is a skill that you acquire, I believe. Because, when you're little or like growing up, you do what feels good or what you feel like, you got to do, otherwise you're going to get in trouble, or what you got to do because, some outside force. And as you get older, you realize that this showing up, if you do it, you realize that other people have to do it, or are meant to do it, or, you know, are doing it, actively doing it every day, even though they're going through hardships of their own. Like, people who I spoke to for the most part yesterday, they didn't know that anything was wrong with me or whatever was going on with me. And I like it that way. Hi, Anthony. Oh, I saw you were messaging on Instagram too. Hi, welcome in. It's so good to see you, friend. Haven't seen you in a little bit. I've been praying for you. I hope you're all right. Anthony from Washington, D.C. Faithful follower. So even examples like this past weekend, this Saturday, I was at an event all day from like 8 in the morning, all day. And one of the speakers, I've like followed and known kind of for years. I want to say since maybe like 2013. Okay. And he has been battling this cancer. He's been battling cancer that's so bad that they had told him previously that there's nothing that they can do. Okay. That like he cannot, proceed with any treatments. They've given up on all of their resources. Like, this is it. And that was years ago. And this man is still alive. And he was speaking about, why making this kind of money that we're being taught to make is so important. Not just him, it was multiple speakers, but it's so important that you have access to resources. And as a sick person, people give up and they depend on, what they can get without too much effort, because they're just focused on like, I'm just gonna stay alive. But what if you found out that you were sick and something was wrong, and you continued to fight for your freedom financially, fight for your right to get the very, very best care? Because as much as we are supposed to be getting the very, very best care, and we are supposed to be getting resources that are free to us, that you paid into, like Social Security, disability, all of those things, right? This man was already a millionaire. So he, after the doctor said there's nothing they can do, he got to explore radical treatments that his doctors didn't even know about, so that he could keep going and keep fighting this fight. And that man was at this event on that stage as convicted as ever, even though he looks different. He presents a little bit different because, cancer is really hard on the body. All of the treatments that he went through for these like 4 years, I believe, really hard on the body. He looks different. He feels different, but he showed up for us in a room full of people and on Zooms across the world. Not because he felt good, because he felt like it, because he knew that he could show up for us. So he is a prime example of showing up anyways. And that's the type of leader I'm aiming to be. That's the type of friend I'm aiming to be. That is the type of human being I'm aiming to be, is the one that shows up anyways. And I'm not saying to throw yourself on the sword, and like, if you are like really down and out and feeling horrible, like to put the rest of your health in jeopardy and show up. I'm saying, if at all you're able, and be really, really honest with yourself, because there's a difference between the alarm clock goes off, you're like, I don't feel like it, I don't want to, and showing up like, okay, I said I was going to do this, I'm doing this, right? Like, if you are actually too sick to do something, please listen to your body. Don't ever come on my show or in my inbox talking about, well, you told me to do it anyways, and then my leg fell off. And like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. If you know medically you are down and out and you cannot do what you plan to do, give yourself grace. Do it at a later time. Just because a mission is meant for you it will always be meant for you, okay? Even if it's delayed, it doesn't mean it disappeared. Even if you get to reroute how you do it, doesn't mean it's not going to get done, okay? So always keep that in mind, because I know that's something that really frustrated, sometimes still has frustrated me recently, that like I plan to be at a certain place in my life, business, etc. And something got delayed. I want to, how many times I've been sick on this internet and done it anyways, right? I've done podcasts from my bed. I have done podcasts where I took a nap right before, took a nap right after, because I gave every ounce of energy that I had to stick to my responsibilities, my commitments, my obligations, the things that I said I was going to do. I am a woman of my word. If at all possible, I am a woman of my word. Even if it doesn't turn out the way that I intended it to turn out, I know that I'm going to leave it all out there on the field, So that's what I'm talking about. Let it be. Let it be that you gave it your all and it fell how it fell. It worked out how it worked out. Trust and believe that God's got you. Just because you can't see the plan, just because you can't see the whole staircase, that first step is the most important step. Everything else will come to you. And people a lot of the times come to me and say, like, I don't know how to start. I don't know how to start. And I wish that there was a like steadfast rule that was like, this is how you start anything, right? But honestly, the only way that I can tell you how to start is just start. Anything that is a step towards what you said you were going to do, a step towards your goal. Even if you think it's so insignificant, do something that future you is going to be like, thank God I did that one thing that got me to where I am now, right? Like, procrastinating is not of God. It is not anything that's going to get you where you're going to go. Procrastination is the assassination of every single destination. Okay? There's just like, and we all do it. We all do it. That is something that's almost guaranteed. My father was a championship boxer, an Olympic medal, a heavyweight champion. Okay? And he even had some procrastination to him. He had a why, though. He showed up because he had us. He had me and mommy. He had his family that he was responsible for as a man. And he knew that if I get up and I go run on this beach, if I get up and I go to this gym, if I get up and I do this workout like I'm supposed to, if I follow my eating plan, I will win these fights that will win the amount of money that's going to take care of my family, take care of my employees, take care of my life as it's intended, so that I can give all glory to God, right? Right. So if you are down today, if you are feeling like you are not in the mood to show up, if you are feeling like, I'll just do it tomorrow. What if we don't have tomorrow? What if you showing up today is the only day that you have? What if? What if? It's so important for you to understand that once you build the momentum, it will feel a little better, right? There will be new challenges every time. What they say, every level has a new devil. If it's not hard, if it's not stretching you in a way that's going to build your strength, it's pointless. You're not getting better if it's not harder every time, okay? When you are building muscle in the gym, nobody's confused when they're like, oh, I'm sore. That soreness is proof that it's working. It's proof that you are working hard enough that your body is having a response. Like that lactic acid pumping through your body is reminding you, like, we're working, we're building the strength. There's no body that has built muscle by doing nothing. There's no mental fortitude that's happened because you didn't have to figure out hard problems. There's no a resilience that's happened without a problem to be resilient against. So this is hard. Losing my father was the hardest thing, you know. Like I thought I had gone through everything already that was going to be hard. But if I can get up, like months in the hospital, learning to walk again, losing my hair, all the things. If I thought if that didn't take me out, there's nothing, like I'm at the top. I can do anything. I'll run through a brick wall, And then I was 30 years old and I woke up one morning and I surprisingly was in the room with my dad as he took his last breath. And I have never felt pain like that. I have never known pain like that. And then I thought that was the worst. And then in 4 years, I lost 5 people back to back, back to back, back to back. My dad's 2 sisters passed. His mother passed. My whole Stewart side of the family was gone. And I was very intentional about not letting it make me sick because I was on high alert. Everybody was watching me to see me fall apart. And I was very intentional with my mind not taking me down that dark place. I was very intentional with the people I was around. I was very intentional about moving every day that I possibly could so that I didn't let the negative energy stay stagnant in my body, even if it didn't feel good. Even if, I needed a rest, I'd rest before and after. I understand. I understand like anybody, like things are hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I will never lie to you and say that things are easy. I will promise you that the harder it is, the bigger the victory. The bigger you're showing up to somebody else who's going through something hard right now. You do not know who is watching you, who's been praying for a breakthrough, who's been praying for an answer. You do not know. So make sure that you show up for not just yourself. People are watching you. I never in my life thought I would get on this internet and be talking about such serious topics. If you know me, you know I'm here for the ha-has. I'm here for the silly. Like, my TikTok name is Tenille So Silly because I thought I'm going to be on here cracking jokes and singing and laughing. But then I realized how important it is to show people that I have gotten through flare-ups that they said I would never make it through. That I have lived 10 years past when they literally told me there was no chance of me seeing 30 years old. And I am 40 years right now. So if you don't feel like showing up, I am simply telling you, show up anyways. It's not only you who you're doing it for, okay? God breathed life into all of us, not for us to relax and do nothing and not show up for ourselves. This life is a gift. That is why the time in front of us right here now is called the present. I'm very serious when I tell you that I would tell a million jokes and never get you to understand how I need you to understand right now when I'm being very serious. This life is a gift and we show up in the happily healed world. My spoonies, my loopies, we show up. Even if nobody understands what's going on around you, even if nobody sees that you're going through cancer treatment, chemotherapy, all kinds of infusions and transfusions and surgeries and lupus has got you by the neck, show up. Show up. Lighten the mood because I know I get a little serious. All right, let's look at these comments. You guys are blowing it up. Thank you so much. Let's look. All right, so yes, so we got Anthony in here from Washington, D.C. Miles, you inspire and already are on your way. Sometimes you have to shut down on purpose. Yes, you do. Giving yourself grace, giving your body grace is a form of rebellion. It is self-care. Like real self-care is making sure that you take care of yourself enough so that you can uh go through whatever your assignment is, okay? It is eating correctly. It is taking whatever your supplements, medications. It is hydrating purposely. It is moving your body. All the things that are genuinely taking care of yourself are showing up. If you do not have the strength, the health to do what you're meant to do on this earth, you're not showing up for anybody. And it's a very selfish thing to think, like, I'll do it tomorrow. Because you're assuming, you have the audacity to assume that tomorrow's going to come for you. You might not wake up in the morning. I told you I woke up on a random day. I want to say like a Tuesday. I went to work and came back to the house, and I heard my mother screaming. My father was actively dying right there in that room. Okay, so we had plans. We ate dinner together the night before and had plans. We were planning a trip. We were planning his day. Don't assume that tomorrow's coming, guys. Authentic, so much wisdom here. Thank you for sharing. Champions are those who get knocked down, get up off the canvas, and back in the fight. Smiles, you are a champion. Thank you. Come from good stock. Bow, bow. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't, sometimes when people, the other day, a fan wrote me about daddy. It's just like crazy that hey India. Yeah, it's crazy that my dad is who my dad is. And like, to me, he's just my dad. But to other people, it's like, wow, it's insane that people know him and love him just like similar to how I know and love him. So I appreciate, these are great comments, guys. Now, I didn't even check my notes at any time today. But let me make sure I'm not saying anything. It's weird. Oh, you know what I wanted to say? I want to say thank y'all for coming to my masterclass. This one was a good one. This one was a really good one. I am so proud of the response that we got, the community that we're building. Like, it was a dream night. I promise you. Like, it's, when you can tell the exact right people are in the room. That's what I felt that night. Like, it wasn't the biggest masterclass I'd had. It wasn't, it wasn't anything except for exactly what it was supposed to be. And even if that just means that I'm building to something bigger and better, it just felt really, really good. And the questions were great and the responses were great. I just felt really confident in that class. So I appreciate y'all for showing out for me. Oh, why am my nose hurting? So sorry. I feel like things got cold. It's weird. Got goosebumps. So I'm going to refer to my notes and make sure that I didn't miss anything. But I really do, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank you guys for showing up for me, showing out. And even like the response to all of my posting. I know, like, I took a couple days break because I, don't want to oversaturate. I don't want to annoy y'all. But I know that when I have a new masterclass coming out, which, the next one will come around right before it'll be time again. So I do post a lot. And you guys are so sweet in the comments and sharing my stuff and being really receptive to all the stuff that I post. And it's so nice because, like I said, I never thought I'd be forward facing in this way. I was a musician in a past life. I thought, I would be singing, or I do I'm funny. I do comedy things. People who know me know that I crack jokes at all times. Even in the hospital, I was like, a moon face, just looking like an alien, cracking jokes, making my nurses and doctors laugh every day. So for me to be talking about very serious things and to get the response that I'm getting and to get people who really relate to my experience so well, and even my clients, we have the best meetings because we just relate to each other and it feels like home. It doesn't feel like people are out here pitying and being like, oh, poor you, and you, oh, if that happened to you, I can't imagine. Yeah, don't imagine. Don't imagine. I'm telling you what happened. Don't imagine. Like, what are you talking about? You know? But we get each other. And I'm so grateful that this tribe is building and people are joining us a little bit every day. The new followers I get every time I ramp up for a masterclass. It's beautiful. And I really want it to be a genuine, safe space that you can talk about like how it's hard sometimes, but you are staying positive. And if you feel like you can't stay positive, that you can reach out to somebody in the community and we can lift you up, you know? Like everyone knows, whether they've been sick or not, if they love someone who's been sick, everyone knows that there is these hardships that are only relatable to people who know. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she has a special needs son, and to her, I related because it's like walking on eggshells when you're around people who you think might not understand. And it really is so comforting to know that other people understand, or other people can relate, or other people are going to give you grace in the way that you don't have to apologize for existing and being like, you know, going through what you're going through. Why are we apologizing for going through what we're going through? They don't understand it. That doesn't make it any less valid, you know? A lot of people are so private about what they're going through health-wise or like, you know, diagnosis-wise, because for some reason we learn to be embarrassed about it. And it's not anything embarrassing at all. It is genuinely the human experience. My grandma used to always say, if they had sickness on sale, that store would go out of business. And it's completely true. Nobody wants to be in this position. I've never met anybody be like, can't wait to be sick someday. This is going to be great. Nobody, not one single solitary person is looking to be ill or looking to have their loved one be ill or looking to have to navigate something as confusing as chronic illness or a new diagnosis. So let's stop apologizing. Let's show up anyways. You know, stay happily healed. I think I'm done. I think that's all. You guys are amazing. I think Daddy would have really enjoyed watching me build this. I think he would have been a great interview, you know, and I'm shooketh to the core that I did not cry during this. But let me give you guys a question or a challenge or something, because this is our last Monday of Alex Stewart the Destroyer month. Let me know. I'm going to ask y'all. Okay, in my comments, in my inbox, wherever you want, right? Let me know what showing up looked like for you this month. Something that you got to rally yourself to do, to show up in a way that you were proud of yourself, okay? Let me know what it was that you showed up for. And I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you in the comments. I want to celebrate you in the inboxes, wherever you find me, all right? Let me know how in June, Alex Stewart, the Destroyer month, how did you get to show up this month? Let me know, okay? So that's it. Yeah. Some of the strongest people that you will ever meet are fighting a battle that you will never know a thing about. Okay? So remember that as you go on in your day, in your week. I'll see you guys next week. I love y'all. Stay happily healed. Bye.